The Mirage family of fighter aircraft has a rich history dating back to the late 1950s. This lineage had its swan song in 1982, when the Mirage 2000 entered service, a powerful combination of innovation and tradition that was the backbone of the French Air Force for 3 decades. In this new episode of Military Aviation, we are going to get to know this last link in depth and its impressive combat record. In the early 1970s, the French Air Force was searching for a new Snecma M53 twin-jet aircraft, intended for air superiority missions. The program was dubbed Avion de Combat Futur, or Future Fighter Plane. Ironically, if there was anything missing from that project, it was future. In 1975 the project was cancelled, and the French Air Institution decided to go back to basics and launched the Dassault Mirage 2000 single-engine light aircraft program, a return to the Mirage designs of past generations, with a delta wing and several important innovations, which made the last of its lineage a very outstanding ship. But the budget was very low, so in order to stay within the established limits, it was necessary to get rid of some functionalities required by the government. The main thing was to have a single engine, which meant reducing the dimensions and weight, something positive within the cut that implies reducing the power plant. The use of a delta wing design allowed the aerodynamic resistance to be lower, thus optimizing the fuel load, resulting in a light and high-performance craft. This was the first European fighter jet with FBW electronic flight controls, but the innovations didn't end there. In its high delta it had advanced control surfaces, such as flaps and elevons to give it greater flight stability. 5 prototypes of this model were built, 4 of them financed by the Army itself, and 1 by the Dassault company, interested in having a product that could compete with the North American ships that gradually took over the world market. The first of the 5 prototypes made its maiden flight on March 10, 1978, with test pilot Jean Corot at the controls. Building on the Mirage 3 and applying the new technologies available to it enabled the development of a new multi-role fighter in just 27 months from the start of the program to first flight, a true feat of French engineering. The Mirage 2000 is a hybrid of novelty and tradition. Both concepts come together in a modern, single-engine, multi-role fighter that can attack combat missions as a bomber aircraft, and defend itself as a fighter against other high-speed aircraft. The design itself is not very innovative, but a reliable model was chosen that has been tested and used by many countries for years, and in many conflicts, with excellent results. Between 1978 and 1982, multiple flight tests were carried out with the various Mirage prototypes. The fourth, which was financed by the company, was focused on the development of new ideas and equipment that could be applied in the fighters of the future. It was a kind of guinea pig from the skies. Among these tests, the Mirage 2000B training 2-seater, the most modern of the entire series, was also carried out. In parallel, the French Air Force ordered a 2-seater version prepared for nuclear attack and armed with ASMP cruise missiles, then under development. Later we will detail all the weapons that this combat plane had. After several tests, and with more than one alternative version ready for production, the Dassault Mirage 2000 entered operational service in November 1982, thus beginning an important history for French aviation. The Mirage 2000, which entered production in 1982, had a length of 14.3 meters and a wingspan of 9.13 meters. If we compare it to later fighters like the F-22 or the F-35, the French model is quite small and light. The Mirage has an empty weight of 7,500 kilograms, but could be lifted with a maximum weight of up to 13,800 kilograms, which was usually taken care of by bombs, missiles, and rockets. Being a single-engine model, the power plant had to be efficient and powerful. A Snecma M53P2 afterburning turbofan was chosen, allowing it to reach a top operating speed of 2,338 km per hour, or Mach 2.2, at high altitude, or 1,110 km per hour at low altitude. The French did not skimp when it came to arming the Mirage 2000. It had two depth of 554 30mm guns with 150 rounds each. This weapon has a rate of fire of 1,300 rounds per minute, so the capacity of each def of 554 was a few but intense seconds. But in case the guns did not have enough power, the Mirage 2000 had 9 anchor points, 4 of them under the wings and the other 5 under the fuselage, with a total load capacity of 6,300 kilograms of explosive. Each ship was usually equipped with either 2 GBU-12 Paveway 2 bombs, or 9 500-pound Mk-82 general-purpose bombs. In addition, it had 18 Matras 68mm rockets, and an impressive assortment of air-to-air and air-to-surface missiles, including the Matra R-550 Magic II, the Rafael Python and the AM.39 Exocet anti-ship missile. As is logical, time saw the emergence of new versions of the Mirage 2000. The first was the Mirage 2000C, a letter that identifies it as Kaza, or fighter. We already told you about the B, for training, and the N, suitable for nukes, but there is also the D, specialized in conventional ground attack, and the 5, an update made in the late 80s. Then came custom incarnations for each user country, such as P for Peru or H for Egypt. Since we know the figures and the destructive power, it is time to delve into the practical part of every ship, its service history. Although France does not usually have the publicity of other powers, the truth is that it is a constant actor in the combats and clashes in Africa and the Middle East. For example, the Mirage 2000 was used during the Gulf War, between August 1990 and February 1991, in a coalition formed with the United States. They also participated in intra-European wars, such as the Bosnian War between 1992 and 1995, in which one of the first and most serious demolition of this model occurred. A Mirage 2000 K2, the nuclear-compatible version, bit the dust after bombing a target in the Pale region. The pilot and navigator survived, but remained prisoners for a few months. Among the most recent actions of this model is its participation in U.S. operations in Afghanistan between 2001 and 2002, and in March 2011, as part of the NATO excursion to establish a no-fly zone in Libya. In general, in all these experiences, the fighter designed in just 27 months always came out gracefully and with great results. For that simplicity and power, he was chosen by several countries, including Brazil, Egypt, Greece, and India. It is believed that the latter country would use the Mirage 2000 for the role of nuclear attack, a mode of infrequent use, but one that the ship is prepared to face. This long history brings us to the present, and to wonder what place the legendary Dassault Mirage 2000 occupies in today's military aviation. The truth is that the emergence of more modern and powerful models has relegated it to second place. Even if we put aside the American and Russian aircraft, fighter jets like the Dassault Rafale and the Saab 39 Gripen have dominated the European market in recent years. France has some 250 active Mirage 2000s, and while it has recently modernized versions, it is gradually replacing them with the Rafale, and it is believed that the last heir to the Mirage lineage will be permanently retired in the coming years. Even so, it is already assured of a chapter in the history of world aviation. And now, we want to know your opinion. Do you think the Dassault Mirage 2000s have a few more years of service on their horizon? Leave us your answer in the comment box. And stay tuned for our next video.